What is good, everybody? This is Ben back with Ongoing Sports Talk channel. For those that don't know me, the name of my channel used to be Tech Amazing. It is now called Ongoing Sports Talk, and I will be talking about Colorado football, and throughout the season I will be talking about basketball, college basketball, and things of that nature, and maybe some other teams, things that come up. So just a little bit about myself. You can check out my channel. And kind of the new kid as far as this type of channel, but I do love talking about football. I'm more of an NFL, but since Coach Prime has gone to Colorado, I've followed him. I followed him back when he was at Jackson State, so continuously following him, and if he ends up somewhere else, I will follow him there too. So, so this video is the pregame analysis of CU versus Kansas State game this coming weekend. So Kansas State is they're ranked number 20th out of the top 25. A very good football team. They beat Oklahoma State, I believe, 40-20 this past weekend. They rushed for like 300 yards or something like that, total rushing out of their running backs. They got a guy named DJ Giddings, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name. He looks like he's the star back for them. He had 15 carries for 187 yards. So CU is gonna have to, the defense is gonna have to have another really solid performance again. But the good thing about CU is that they have been going up against some formidable running teams. So going up against a good rushing team should not be anything new. Should not be anything. They should not be intimidated by it. They've gone up against it. I think these guys look for the challenge to maintain, or you may not shut them out, but you cut them down so that they're not running all over the place. UCF was rated the number one top rushing offense in the nation, and they were able to cut them down. They didn't shut them out. It's hard to totally shut somebody out when they're that good, but they cut them down to minimum. So I really believe that that's going to be the key to the game for CU. That the defense if the defense can have a really solid game again, where they can minimize as much as possible Giddings, because they're going to give him the ball, because I think he's their main back. I've seen a little bit of Kansas State play. They have a good, solid quarterback. I think he threw for about 256, and so they have a pretty good balanced attack. So CU is going to have to be really sharp on defense as far as stopping the run, minimizing the run, making it difficult for them to get off long runs and long drives. Funny thing though is that Oklahoma State actually beat them on time of possession. It was real close. I think time of possession for Oklahoma State was 30 minutes, 30:03, and Kansas State was like 29 and some change. So the time of possession between the two teams were fairly close, but I think some of that is depending on how quick a team scores. So you can't always look at the time of possession and say, well, that's the reason why they won. Well, sometimes, if a team is scoring fairly fast, then they may not have the ball as long. It's kind of weird, but the team, like I said, it was really close, so that really wasn't a factor of Oklahoma State, being able to win. There were some turnovers, takeaways. I believe Oklahoma State fumbled a couple of times, and I think they had an interception. I think Kansas State had one interception, or committed an interception, or threw a pick, rather. But they have a formidable quarterback. I mean, he can run, he can throw. They have formidable backs, not just J.D. Giddens. DJ Giddens. They have other guys that he just happened to be this, had the most yards in that game, but they have other guys that CU is going to have to, contend with. So Kansas State is going to be another running quarterback, another good rushing team that CU is going to be facing. And the good thing about that, though, is that CU from the very beginning, they have been up against running quarterbacks, good rushing teams. So this is nothing new. And I feel like they should not be intimidated at all. It's just another challenge. And the question is, are they up for the challenge? They're going to come to the game with the right attitude, to want to stop these guys, to disrupt that rushing attack and disrupt the quarterback. So the defense got a task. On the offensive end, we just have to play our game. Just have to play CU football, on the offense. The offensive line, I already know, you got to man up. You did a good job last week. To do it again. Protect Shador. Everybody in the nation know how good Shador can be when he got some time. And so they're going to try to get to Shador. No doubt about it. They're going to try to disrupt Shador. They're going to try to stop our rushing, because our rushing is getting better and better. So I believe their game plan, if I was Kansas State, is that, look, get to Shador. That's a big plus. And then if you can stop their rushing, you can beat CU, because I believe, Kansas State, they have some receivers, but I think we have better receivers. And so if Shador cannot be so rushed, have a little bit of time, not get sacked 5, 6, 7, 8 times, then CU has a chance. They have a chance. I mean, again, they've already, pretty much every team that they have played thus far have good rushing, good, quality running backs. I mean, quality quarterbacks that can run, use their legs. So this is not going to be anything different or new. Now, Kansas State may be a little bit better in some aspects. I mean, they are in the top 20, so that says something. But nothing new. The defense just got to be ready to play. And the offense, offensive line, that's going to be key. I really believe that's going to be one of the most important aspects of the game. The offensive line coming ready to play with an attitude, and that they're going to protect Shador. They're going to give him time. We're going to have to run the ball. We're going to have to run the ball. In this conference, you got to be able to run the ball. Point blank, period. I think Oklahoma State, Kansas State rushed for like 300 and some yards total. Oklahoma State only rushed about 177, which, for CU, that would be actually pretty good. But we don't want that kind of disparity. They can't afford for Kansas State to run all over the field on them. So that's going to be very important for the defense to be sharp, offense to be sharp. And if they do that, they have a real chance to beat Kansas State. BYU walloped them. I mean, BYU, man, they beat Kansas State pretty good, actually. So they can be beat. They can be beat. And so I feel good about this opportunity for CU, because I feel like if they beat Kansas State, I feel like they need to be in the top 25. I really do. I feel like they need to be in the top 25. So, but we'll see. They're gonna have other opportunities because the Big 12 got a few others. Quite a few teams in the top 25. So this is definitely gonna be a test. I believe they're as it relates to them being in a top 25 team. But the funny thing about it is that when they play after they lost to Nebraska actually ended up getting in the top 25. So they already kind of played a quality team that was ended up being in the top 25. They lost to them. However, the defense shut them out in the second half. So I think the key, and I will be coming back with the keys of the game. I just want to give my pregame analysis and everything. I think this is going to end up being a really good game, and CU has a chance to win this game. So, but check me out the next time, and I have another video coming out as far as how CU is improving. I was trying to get it out, but it's going to take me a little bit more time, and maybe I can get it out later today. But thanks for watching. Make sure you like it and subscribe. And go Buffs.